Kids.
GTFS renamed and announced. Plane crash investigations underway. And Morea returns. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Malinta Yopolo. Thank you for joining us. The Education Department announced today the renaming of the 2022 Government Tuition Fee Subsidy Policy to Government Free Education Policy 2025. The renamed Government Free Education Policy will cover schools in the national education system that are registered with the National Department of Education. The Secretary for Education, Dr. Uke Kombra, said following this policy, no schools must charge any form of fees from parents and students unless approved by the Provincial Education Board and National Education Board.
The NEB sets the final field limits. The PBs, they set fees provincial schools should collect. The school boards collect that money. They don't set fees. If any school board is collecting any fee, then that's illegal. They should not collect any fees. They collect fees, but they don't set any new fees.
Secretary Kombra stressed that for project fees, the projects must be agreed upon by parents, school committees, board and management before submissions to Provincial Education Board and National Education Board.
Once the board has perused it and seen that it's unaffordable, it's a very clear capital project, and it's justified and based on merit, then it will approve for the parents to pay the contribution.
He said no parents must pay fees to schools that do not have the PEB and NEB approval. Meanwhile, the Minister for Education is challenging schools to take up self-reliance projects for support.
Schools should not become too dependent on the government grants. I challenge you all to make 10% of your school budget from your self-reliance projects.
Meanwhile, Chairman for Teaching Service Commission, Samson Wangiomi, warned ed teachers and principals to not charge any form of school fees to parents and guardians. Following reports from parents on schools charging fees for enrollment, TSC Chairman said heads of schools will be dealt with immediately if any is caught in this matter.
Warning to principals and school heads. I received a phone call yesterday from one from one parent who was asked to pay 2,000 kina to the school before the child is enrolled, and I will be sending my officer up to that school. If that is true, we will immediately charge that principal for insubordination and defying ministerial instructions and secretary instructions.
Minister for Education said corruption will not be tolerated in school systems.
We are trying to build God-fearing, law-abiding citizens in the country. And the school system is where we are going to start. So we will not tolerate any corrupt behavior in the school systems. And if, for some reason, anybody wants to do that, we will publish our numbers. So any person can just report, provided they provide, details. So we will deal with them.
Education Secretary Dr. Uke Kombra said in cases where school principals are bribing education divisions, evidence must be provided for the ministry to deal with both parties.
Education divisions collecting money, that is also a very illegal practice. I know there's an allegation against NCD, but there's also allegations across the country as well. If there is any case of any school principal giving money to a provincial education office or officer or NCD education division, you provide the evidence, and we are going to make sure that that division or that officer is not in the system. We will investigate and will take the appropriate action. School funds are meant for schools, to run the schools, not to support the administration of provincial government or national government.
In a media conference held today with the Morobe Provincial Administration, the Assistant Commissioner of Police, Northern Command, Peter Guinness, told the media that the transportation process is underway of the DNA samples of the deceased passengers on board the fatal crash of P2 SAM aircraft in Morobe Province.
Following the crash of the P2 SAM aircraft in Morobe recently, Assistant Commissioner of Police, Northern Command, Peter Guinness, revealed in a media conference today that the head doctor who will be retrieving DNA samples to be sent for testing in Australia has arrived in Lae.
Yesterday we had a meeting with the doctor and a DA for KYCRC, and they've given us a cost from Australia. It's about, the Australian cost is 24,000, equivalent to 61,600 kina. This is to take those DNA samples to take to Australia for, it will be taken down to Victoria Institute of Medical Laboratory, and that's where the test will be conducted. It will depend very much on how they will be operating out there, because they have their own priorities. But we have also spoken through our representatives, the AFP here, and they will be speaking at the political level to ask the people in Australia to give us priority. And then once those tests are done, they will be returned back to Port Moresby and come over to Lae, and then we will then release the bodies, so the remains, to the respective families.
ACP Guinness also stated that following the DNA samples having been tested and sent back, a separate coroner's investigation will also be carried out.
And after this is done, that's the priority that we are working on, and then after this is done, then we will be conducting a coroner's investigation, and a report will be submitted to the coroner for coroner inquest. At the same time, the air crash investigators are also doing their investigation, but they are doing a separate investigation, and we are doing ours separately.
The KYCRC District Development Authority have announced that they will be meeting the costs involved in the transporting of the DNA samples and testing process. As stated by ACP Guinness, this process is expected to begin anytime between now and the first week of February at most. Jessica Nui, National EMTV News, Lae.
Western Provincial Health Authority, in partnership with the Australian government, is proud to announce the operationalization of the medical transport vessel MV Elaine, which is providing health service to the local communities within the province.
Gifted by the Australian government to Western Province last October, MV Elaine is equipping the Provincial Health Authority to reach remote areas such as the South Fly and treat villages with medical supplies, enabling patients in hard-to-reach locations accessible transport to the main hospital. The Provincial Health Authority CEO, Dr. Miriam Boga, thanked the Australian government for purchasing and making the vessel available for use in the province, stating as a maritime province, MV Elaine fills a huge gap in accessibility to the remote communities. Having the province characterized by uniquely challenging terrain, including low-lying coastal areas, swamps and rivers, along with large variations in tides, water depth, currents and weather, historically, these have made it difficult for patients to access health services. Claire Mauta, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Bipla halivim wari belong you.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Sports Scene returns in February 2025. Highlighting our local sports developments across the nation.
All eyes on popular how an NRL team based here.
Revisiting our legendary athletes.
Hi, this is David Mead.
Trending athletes. And our talented rising stars.
Hi, my name is Gemma Schnobel.
And then all the younger ones will follow.
Join me in February for Sports Scene, only on your #1 to watch, MTV.
You're watching National MTV News. An exploration team from the Mineral Resource Authority are currently in Eastern Highlands Province to carry out awareness programs. The awareness program is purposely to provide a platform for the landowners to express their grievances for the Mineral Authority to take appropriate actions for the good of the mine and the landowners as per the Mining Act.
K92 Mining is currently conducting drilling and soil sampling at some of its adjacent exploration tenements. However, the company is facing issues accessing land under its exploration licenses as landowners are reluctant in allowing access to land or prospecting area because of misconceptions or perceptions on things such as benefits, employment, and other opportunities available during the exploration phase. This has delayed the company's exploration programs, costing the company significant time and resources. The awareness program is purposely to provide a platform for the landowners to express themselves, bring out their issues, and for MRA to address the issues in accordance with appropriate laws and regulations that govern as per the Mining Act 1992. Chairman of the Bilimoya Landowners Association, Busasio, said the awareness provided a good opportunity for himself and other landowners to be informed of what the laws are with regards to their grievances and concerns. MRA is partnering with the Eastern Highlands Provincial Government together with the Kainentu District Development Authority to carry out this awareness. Claire Mauta, National MTV News.
National Broadcasting Corporation is hosting its business plan workshop, which started today at the APEC House in Port Moresby.
To mark the opening of the two-day workshop this morning, Minister for Information, Communication and Technology, Timothy Matthew, said NBC continues to provide wider coverage in both radio and television despite the tests. The minister applauded the management for NBC's improvement adapting to new technologies. However, he challenged NBC to fulfill the business plans and activities they will be undertaking over the course of the year.
Medium wave transmitters that we are installing in the country are all DRM compatible. Excuse me. Meaning we can only upgrade them to broadcast in DRM. The most important thing is it can be transmitted both simultaneously in analog signal and digital signal at the same time, leaving no one behind. That's the way to go, NBC. We have to move into that direction. So I implore the NBC to make sure that we move into that direction. As my good chairman mentioned, that NBC technologically is moving, that we need to improve on our tools, the working tools that we have. And
NBC board chairman, Mr. Ian Tarutia, said content excellence, audience engagement, and efficient broadcast services are part of their plan and would go a long way in strengthening its brand and attract clients.
NBC has evolved to be the premier media organization that today is not only providing radio broadcasting, but digital TV and online services. Our core business is communication, educating, and entertaining. As a government-owned broadcaster, we are obliged to ensure that everything we communicate publicly must foster a sense of unity and pride among our people. We started this journey in 1973. We are doing this at the moment, and we will continue to do so in the near future. The tools, equipment, and technology we use to deliver our core business are rapidly changing as technology advancements are made. The expectations of our listeners are also changing. Our demographics as a country are mainly a young population, and we are mindful of this. To remain relevant, we need to ensure our news content, for example, our reach to the far corners of this country outside of Port Moresby, Lae, Hagen, Kokopo, and other main provincial towns are what our audience want to hear. And in the case of our TV services, what they want to see.
Meanwhile, stakeholders and representatives from the government departments such as National Planning, Treasury, Finance, and the Department of Personal Management also participated in the discussions at the workshop. The workshop will end tomorrow. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
Central Chamber of Commerce and Industry is set to host its first ever investment conference next month.
During the meet and greet event hosted by the Central Chamber of Commerce at the Sir Hubert Murray Stadium, CEO Ms. Linda Paru said the Central Investment Conference will provide a platform for new investors and business houses in the province.
This is part of our invite for investment in the province. At the Central Chamber of Commerce and Industry, we have already done our 5-year strategic plan. We have looked at 5 districts on where our special economic zones will sit. We have had a meeting with Governor last week, and we asked Governor to tell us what is the lowest hanging fruits for investment in the province. We're writing to IPA. We want IPA to know that we are ready and to bring the foreign direct investment in now. When that comes in, we want to know that Central Provincial Administration is ready.
Ms. Paru noted the booming population and economic growth of Port Moresby, saying Central Province must not continue to be spectators as host of the nation's capital and to take advantage of the current changes to grow its revenue.
We want everyone to recognize that Central people are not just selling their land. They're trying to stop the sale. They're trying to work the land. And if anyone is on the land, we have to work with them to do an exit strategy. I'm not afraid to say that. No fear of failure. It's really, really important that we must take charge, but we must capacity build to be able to take over. It's really important. We can't just move in and say, look, get lost now. Cannot do that. We have to have the skills the capacity to be able to do that.
Governor for Central Rufina Pita, present, also echoed the statement made by Ms. Paru.
I am so thankful and grateful to CCCI executives. I'm so thankful for your presence here tonight. CCCI cannot do it on their own. It's not sufficient for us, provincial government and administration, to support them. We need everyone on board. It's about Central Province.
Meanwhile, small business houses and corporate organizations who attended the meet and greet event last night were encouraged to attend the business conference. The conference will be held on February 27 to the 28th at the Stanley Hotel in Port Moresby. Pakatambua, National EMTV News.
The importance of financing conservation was a topic of discussion in a panel led by Prime Minister James Marape at the World Economic Forum meeting in Davos, Switzerland.
Incumbent on all leadership.
The discussion on the panel was on the means of rallying financial support from among investors towards the area of nature conservation, food sustainability and marine resources protection. Prime Minister was accorded the spot on the panel to open the meeting by introducing Papua New Guinea and highlighting its position as a world leader in biodiversity, tropical rainforest and marine resources. Whilst giving his remarks, he called for stronger global efforts in sustainable management of natural resources worldwide. He also pointed out Papua New Guinea's richness as a host of up to 7% of the world's biodiversity and the third world largest rainforest jointly with Indonesia. Conservation International spokesperson Patricia Zurita highlighted a financial gap of between $700 million to $1.3 billion is needed by nature conservation annually. Marape thanked Conservation International and World Economic Forum for providing this platform to advance the discussion on financing of nature conservation. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
The Secretary for Department of National Planning and Monitoring, Connie Samuel, has challenged the agriculture sector to deliver outcomes set by the government in the Medium-Term Development Plan 4.
Secretary Samuel said the 400 million kina that was allocated for agriculture investment this year must bring returns. He challenged the agriculture sector to consider the fact that about 85 to 87% of the PNG's population live in rural areas and they are involved in agriculture sector.
A very, very important sector, each of the sectors, you're running a very, very important industry, your respective commodity boards, you know exactly where you are, what is our expectations in terms of the government policy agenda, in terms of your sector targets that you have in the National Agriculture Strategic Plan, and your respective commodity boards or your sector, sub-sector plans that you have to deliver this year as well as going forward.
Mr. Samuel confirmed that agriculture sector is one of the main sectors that the government is looking at to reach a 200 billion kina economy.
From the sector, we want to see the proportion of agriculture sector employment. We want to see revenue numbers going up in terms of the export revenues, your export value. We want you to spread throughout the country. If we have to do downstream processing, then obviously we have to look at the supply chain. Talk about your governance structure, your governance issues that we have, research and development.
Following the National Agriculture Sector Plan 2024 to 2033, the Secretary also challenged them to implement the plan's set, deliver outcomes and create employment through agriculture in PNG. Samantha Solomon, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2494 in the interbank markets. At Bank South Pacific, your kina was buying $0.2419, $0.3835 Australian dollars, 0.2251 euro, 37.57 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed higher, palm oil closed lower, crude oil is trading lower, and copper closed higher. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, and the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
Every day, 180 million litres of water pumps into Port Moresby. Every day, its journey to your household tap is made safe at this water treatment plant. Every day, raw water is filtered, disinfected and purified so that you and your loved ones have access to clean, usable water. For 65 years, our water treatment technology has been hard at work, but now it needs to hit pause. Port Moresby's population has increased 500% since the treatment plant was built, putting enormous pressure on the water supply network. We need to hit pause so that the filtering equipment can be repaired, maintained, upgraded, so that the water you use and consume continues to be safe. In January, Water PNG announces water rationing in Port Moresby. Yes, this is inconvenient, but safety comes first, a temporary discomfort for an investment in the future. We are upgrading for cleaner, safer water for all. Support us in this period by planning, rationing and conserving water. For more information, visit our Facebook page.
Speaker made a decision for the motion of vote of no confidence.
Someone was not serious in the most serious transaction of Parliament.
2024 was a year marked by many significant events, no doubt urged into PNG's history. Join us as we take a look at some of these defining events.
From the catastrophic event of Black Wednesday and to the devastating Mulitaka landslide.
Provincial Disaster Committee declaring mass burial sites.
To the historical papal visit by Pope Francis, to the announcement of PNG's successful bid to enter the NRL.
Join us on Sunday, February 2nd in the year in review for 2024, right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. Campaign manager of Act Now PNG, Eddie Tanago, has been charged for identity theft under the Cybercrime Code Act 2016 at the Waigani Committal Court recently. Mr. Tanago appeared before the Waigani Committal Court this week after being arrested last December, but on the charge of defamatory publication.
Mr. Tanago's legal team is still seeking clarification on the charges. The defendant was arrested and charged on Wednesday, December 11, 2024, for posting defamatory remarks against the Managing Director of PNG Forest Authority, John Mosoro. The Talkback Show advertisement featuring the Forest Authority, which included an image of Mr. Mosoro allegedly without his consent. He captioned the shared post from FM 100's social media page using Act Now's official social media account, commanding its followers to tune in and listen to Mr. Mosoro. James Gugan, National EMTV News.
Now moving to overseas news. April will mark 2 years since the Act became the first Australian jurisdiction to offer free abortions. Demand has grown since the scheme was introduced, and the challenge now is keeping up with the demand.
For 15 years, it's been Annie Collins welcoming women into the abortion clinic in Queanbeyan.
I love it because every day is different.
But she fears her days supporting patients here are numbered.
So we would be doing 15 to up to 21 terminations a week. Now we're down to maybe 3, 5 or 7 perhaps.
The dramatic drop has pushed the clinic to the brink of closure, and it's the availability of free abortions over the border in the ACT that's to blame, because women who can are understandably choosing the no-cost option. A medical abortion can cost up to $400, while a surgical procedure can be more than $2,000. To be eligible for a free abortion, a patient must live in Canberra. In the first 14 months, more than 1,500 people access the no-cost scheme, either through MSI, formerly Marie Stopes, or a participating doctor, and demand is expected to double this financial year.
Prince Harry has settled his long-running legal battle against Rupert Murdoch's news group newspapers. He has received an apology and a huge payout, reportedly worth $20 million, in a deal which is described as a monumental victory.
Prince Harry had always said he would not settle with Rupert Murdoch's news group newspapers because he wanted the truth, not the money. Now he'll have both. Just as the trial was due to get underway here at London's High Court, the parties announced that they'd been able to reach a settlement. Then Prince Harry got what he'd been seeking, an apology as well as admissions about what went on. News Group newspapers said it offered a full and unequivocal apology for the serious intrusion into Prince Harry's private life, including incidents of unlawful activities carried out by private investigators working for the Sun newspaper. There was also an apology for phone hacking, surveillance and the misuse of private information by journalists and private investigators who worked for the now defunct News of the World newspaper. There was a further apology for the impact on him for the extensive coverage and serious intrusion into his private life, as well as the private life of Diana, Princess of Wales, his late mother, in particular during his younger years. They acknowledged the distress caused to the Duke, the damage inflicted on his relationships, and agreed to pay him substantial damages.
Donald Trump continues to order more actions on immigration. Still in his first days in the White House, he is also now threatening Russia to reach an agreement on the Ukraine war.
Yeah, the second full day of the second Trump presidency, and it's clear that immigration reform is top of mind for him. Today, we have an announcement from the Pentagon that 1,500 active duty troops will be sent to the southern border. We have continued to see orders from the president to effectively close off America to all refugee and illegal immigration. And importantly, he is now taking aim at some of the states here in the United States that see themselves as a sanctuary for those undocumented immigrants who are in the country. They really are forming the unofficial opposition to Donald Trump's policies in places like Illinois and in California, both Democrat-led large states. They're effectively asking their law enforcement to not participate in any immigration raids. But we have had word that Trump's Justice Department, this is the federal Justice Department, is ordering its attorneys to investigate any local authorities that aren't helping Donald Trump in his plan to both round up illegal immigrants and deport them from the United States.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
They're gold nuggets. There's a flavor for everyone. The best tasting snack. Get a burst of gold nuggets. Cheese flavor.
Mega wow.
Chicken flavor.
Mega wow.
Cheese onion flavor.
Mega wow.
Barbecue flavor. Mega wow.
When you're on the go. One more. One more.
Get that burst of gold nuggets flavor.
Mega wow.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henow, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Money Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Our chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Money Plus, we're ready to go.
Mipla Halivim Wari Bilong You.
People have different views about this situation that we are currently going on.
So vote of no confidence is an accountability mechanism.
Talk to you about our Project Zero, focuses on energy poverty.
In Focus returns in February 2025, a weekly news and current affairs talk show which presents in-depth commentaries, discussions and analysis of the major current affairs issues in Papua New Guinea and the region. We engage in discussions with key decision makers and influential figures across politics, industry, economics and business, as well as health, social, cultural and environmental sectors. Right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. PNG speedster Moria is ready to kickstart the 2025 Hunters campaign on a high note.
The 23-year-old made his return to the Hunters camp after a training trial with the Queensland Cowboys NRL team. Speaking to Trukai Sports today, Moria shared his experience.
Yeah, it was a good experience for me. I learned heaps down there, especially working with NRL players. I was a bit excited, but I tried to learn a lot of things, and I think I learned a lot in communication. I think going up there helped me communicate a lot better in here, in attacking and defense as well. I was a bit nervous at first, but I tried to just sulk in the moment, just make friends. But just looking at those NRL boys, especially Drinky and Cohen, I was I see them in TV and just seeing them and rubbing shoulders with them, it was good.
Moria said he is very happy to be back with the team and is looking forward for this year's campaign.
It was good coming back here. I think my communicating level and my skills level has gone to another level. and I'm trying to teach the boys some of the things that I learned down there, and I think the boys are really buying in. Yeah, last year was tough. It's a pretty tough year for me. Was lucky enough at the back end, but definitely this year I'm really looking forward to competing for that number 1 jersey again. Sunny obviously owned it last year, and we get on really well. People think that we compete in that jersey and we don't get along, but we do get along really well. And I'm trying to get that jersey back.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The PNG Hunters are gearing up for the 2025 season.
In an interview today, Hunters assistant coach Enoch Maki gave insights of the training and preparations.
So we've been okay. Preparation so far. Still working hard on combinations. All these things. Training for right. This one is okay. Basically, our defense is okay. Still some small things to do, but attack we are losing every week, every day. We are progress and we are mastering. Because that was when we start going to good timing, everything and competitions and receiver. The right shot, we are mast. And after for a while, we left around Tony, we go to your phone, with tiring shot, like a bit filming that we are mast.
Maki elaborated and further said that the team is looking forward for the trial matches against the PNG NRLC teams.
Next week is our internal trial, and then we have another 2 trials coming up, and that will be the Pamela Tenjin Solo Pulinyasi, head trainer, coach Blow, Central Debaris, and Yanyaro from the women of the team, and look at coming to the dates of Bamla confirmed later, but the team said, we will try to come also, thank you long, and we will Central Debaris.
Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
The South Pacific Sports Car Club Ultimate Challenge 2025 kicks off the tournament with 9 leading teams this year.
Tournament Director Joe Chen shared when the tournament games of the 3 sports they are hosting.
Play Mondays and Tuesday nights. And each team will have a combination team of pool, darts and snooker players. They will compete against each other for the next couple of months. We'll probably finish the competition around about late March, early April.
With the 9 teams, leading the competition is G Tigers.
Tigers, Gerica Tigers, based out of Gerica, made up of club members. It's an in-house club competition. It's for members only, so if anybody wants to come and join one of the teams, you have to first join the car club before that's going to happen.
The Challenge tournament is into its 3rd season and has been gaining momentum through sponsorship.
Able to increase the prize money for the teams. Currently, last year the winning team was awarded a cash prize of 5,000 kina, along with trophies, and there were a lot of individual awards and given out as well. But with the generous sponsorships coming in, we are hoping, the organisers, myself included, are hoping to increase prize money and make the competition even more attractive for our club members.
Chen said there'll also be individual awards for players.
I do keep a tally of who's performing every night, so there will be individual awards, like I said, for the best pool player, the best dart player and the best snooker player. But overall, the main objective is for teams to do well in all 3 sports, so to win the competition.
Claire Mauta, Trukai Sports.
Trukai Sports continues after the break. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports.
Share the love with Gullah Ice Cream.
Gullah Cone Ice Creams, Gullah Stick Ice Creams, and Gullah Classic Tub Ice Creams. Happiness begins with the Gullah range of fun flavors which create taste adventures and excitement with every bite. Treat yourself. Share with a friend while chilling. The whole family will enjoy. Everyone has their favorite. Which one is yours? Share the love with Gullah Ice Creams.
Gullah, Gullah, yum.
Every day, 180 million litres of water pumps into Port Moresby. Every day, its journey to your household tap is made safe at this water treatment plant. Every day, raw water is filtered, disinfected and purified so that you and your loved ones have access to clean, usable water. For 65 years, our water treatment technology has been hard at work, but now it needs to hit pause. Port Moresby's population has increased 500% since the treatment plant was built, putting enormous pressure on the water supply network. We need to hit pause so that the filtering equipment can be repaired, maintained, upgraded, so that the water you use and consume continues to be safe. In January, Water PNG announces water rationing in Port Moresby. Yes, this is inconvenient, but safety comes first, a temporary discomfort for an investment in the future. We are upgrading for cleaner, safer water for all. Support us in this period by planning, rationing and conserving water. For more information, visit our Facebook page.
Get ready for the return of Autonome in 2025, bringing to you fresh ideas and expert tips for enhancing your home and lifestyle. We're back exploring the outdoors on Out and About, staying active with health and fitness, caring for your furry friend on pet care, and so much more. Autonome returning with a new season, February 2025, on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always True Guy. True Guy, true inspiration through generations.
You're watching Chukai Sports. Ekari United has made a strong return to defeat Allies FC 9-0 in the second match of round 9 of the Southern Women's Conference Soccer League in Port Moresby.
The Ekari managed 3 goals in the first half after a stiff opposition from Allies FC. Skipper Mari Kaipu scored 2 goals while Michaelin Butubu scored 1 to put them in a good position in the opening half. In the second half, Allies FC made every attempt to find a gap in Ekari's defense. However, Ekari defense and general play were much better than the opposition when they scored 6 goals through Asaiso Gosi with 2 goals, Cristabella Maneo, Ade Bakeniseva, Ramona Padio all scored 1 goal each, while Michaelin Butubu picked up a second goal of the match in the final half. Allies FC fullback Stephanie Singara, Zaikana Kisaka, Alessandra IP and goalkeeper Faith Kasire played the best but fell short against Ekari's challenging gameplay.
Meanwhile, in the northern region, Lay City Dwellers continues its dominance.
After the thrilling conclusion of the round 9 of the Women's Conference Soccer League, the Lay City Dwellers have managed to top the league standings through a forfeit win against Morobet Tulips. Under the leadership of coach Troy Gunemba, the Dwellers embarked on the extraordinary journey this season, boasting an impressive record of 8 consecutive from 8 matches. The team's unwavering determination to reclaim the prize after narrowly missing out last season against Hekari has become the most powerful driving force behind their remarkable success. Each victory has brought them closer to their goal, fueling their ambition for greatness. Jonathan Sibona, Trukai Sports.
That ends Trukai Sports. The Morning Plus weather report is next. Stay with us.
Trukai Sports. Trukai Sports.
Hi, I'm Chef Jules Henao, and this is where my true inspiration for cooking started. Like most of us, I learned to cook from my mum. Nothing beats simple recipes where fresh local produce is at the heart, especially when it's a home-cooked meal, prepared and shared with the ones you love. And in PNG, no meal is complete without rice. And my choice is always Trukai. Trukai, true inspiration through generations.
At IPI Catering, we understand the intricacies of the environments in which we work, providing innovative, fresh and creative catering solutions. Our experience and commitment is a winning combination, delivering great food anywhere and anytime. IPI Catering, part of the IPI group of companies.
Start your day the smart way with the new Smart Start Breakfast Biscuit. Whether you are busy or on a budget, Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits gives you a healthy and affordable breakfast to set you up for school or play. Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits are fortified with essential vitamins for body or brain health. They contain vitamin A for healthy growth and development, vitamin B6 for healthy metabolism, immune system and brain development, and vitamin B12 for nerve and cell health. Proudly made by Paradise Foods.
Return in February. Cooking over fire. From the garden.
Hi, I'm Martha. Come February, join me on a food spree on a new season of Kite Time.
Kite Time returns February 5th on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Hi kids, I'm Steffi. Join me on Kids Corner for some great fun and exciting activities. Story time, simple and creative arts and crafts, career corner, nature time, field trips, and not forgetting our cartoons and children entertainment shows. Kids Corner returns February 3rd on your number one to watch, MTV.
Dreaming for more than the life we've known. There is more to what the future holds. You be holy, man, no walk one time. Oh, 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 oh. We dare to believe in incredible things. Oh, 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 oh. With money plus we're ready to go.
This weather update is proudly brought to you by MoneyPlus, with you always.
The Morning Plus weather report for the next 24 hours. In southern region, Port Moresby City, cloudy periods with few patchy showers and possible thunderstorms. Daru, mostly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kerama, partly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Alotau, mostly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Popondetta, partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. In the Momase region, Lae City, partly cloudy with few evening showers and possible thunderstorms. Medang mostly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms tonight. Wewak mostly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. And Vanimo partly cloudy with brief showers at times. In the New Guinea Islands region, Lorengau cloudy periods with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Kavieng cloudy periods with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms. Kokopo and Rabaul partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. Kimbe cloudy with rain showers and thunderstorms tonight. And Buka partly cloudy with some showers and possible thunderstorms. And in the Highlands region, Mount Agan City partly cloudy with few showers and possible thunderstorms. Goroka, Bans and Kundiyawa partly cloudy with some evening showers. And Mendi, Tsari and Wabeg mostly cloudy with some rain showers and possible thunderstorms to morning fog. And to small ship focused, waters of southern PNG and Indonesian border to Daru, to Kiwai Islands, to Kerema, and to Yule Highland, to Hood Point, to Samarai Island, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Samarai Island to Cape Bogle and all Milne Bay Highlands, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Waters of Cape Bogle to Uen Gulf to Fincha Fen, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Waters of Fincha Fen through Viti Strait to CSC and Long Island to Medang, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of Medang to Wewak to Vanimo and northern PNG and Indonesian border, seas 0.5 to 1 meters. Waters of Manus and its western group of highlands, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. Waters of New Ireland to East New Britain to Bougainville, seas 0.5 to 1.3 meters. Waters of West New Britain, seas 0.5 to 1.5 meters. And to ocean forecast, Coral Sea, sea slight northeast to southeast winds of 10 to 15 knots. Solomon Sea, sea smooth northeast winds of 5 to 10 knots. Bismarck Sea, sea smooth to slight northeast to southeast winds of 5 to 15 knots. Pacific Ocean, sea slight to moderate northeast to winds of 10 to 20 knots.
The weather update was proudly brought to you by MoniPlus, with you always.
And that wraps up the news, sports and weather for Thursday, the 23rd of January, 2025. From all of us here, pleasant viewing. Good night.
This news program was proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Gold Nuggets.